It is taking forever to complete the last video of the 3rd page layout in my wallpaper altered art journal. I've been working on it all week. Well, the last drop of paint is drying now, and I hope to have a video uploaded sometime later this weekend. We'll see. In the meantime, I created a video response to Gina Ahrens' Hannah Montana page 4 video where she shares a quick tip in the book Alteration hint. I put a link to that in the description box below. After watching how she uses the paint left over on her palette, I decided I was going to tag along there too. Thank you, Gina. Come along and see the start to my newest art journal. I watched Gina's most recent video on her page 4, and she was showing where she put her scrap paint in a book. Well, I have been putting my scrap paints on tags and making tag backgrounds, and then if I need them later, I made a tag book, a calendar tag book out of just the paint that scrap paint that I put on tags. But she was putting hers in a book. So I think I'm going to start just smearing my extra paint on a text in a book. And I chose, don't get mad at me, my needlework friends, a pattern for needlepoint canvas. I do not do needlepoint. I do a lot of crochet work. But some of the stitches, well, they have a lot of flat stitches and Bargello stitches and that type of thing. They have some interesting stitches. But I have plenty to work with here. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Maybe I won't touch that one. Maybe I'll just make a journal out of this book. But I'm going to start smearing my extra paint. Doesn't this make you feel like a kid again? Let's just take it like this. Now, I'm one for wanting to save my paint, but I have to say, I've never really saved it like this yet. This is one of her share your secret tips. So that will probably dry pretty fast. Okay. While my page is drying in my wallpaper altered art journal, I'm going to go back and work on this. Now, this is, I showed in this video where I've started this needlepoint book for my scrap paint that I have while I'm working on my projects. And as you can see, here is the first 2 pages of this. Now, I have used my paint writer on this, and I have glazed it with Liquitex clear glazing medium. And what I'm going to do now is, this is the other side, and I've just smeared a little paint on there that I had left, but I'm going to collage these. I have these scraps of paper. I often put wax paper down on my working surface while I'm maybe painting, or I want a makeshift palette. And I use a lot of metallics, and I have a lot of these scraps of metallic here that are just, even when I smear it on my page like this, I still have this left. So I am going to use scraps and collage them down on this side. And what I've decided for this book, I wanted to show you this book. I got it, obviously, Well, I think I got this at a library sale, but look, see the spine? The spine is torn here, so this book is going to be all for scrap paint, and I think I'm going to theme. I may change that in the future, but right now I think I'm going to go with the stained glass theme. I have a spiritual journal that's more of a personal journal, and I'm doing all stained glass in that spiritual journal. And while this page does have a cross, so it is a little spiritual, I do not intend on this entire book being a spiritual journal, but I do intend on it all being stained glass. And I'm only going to use scrap paint in here. So it will be interesting to see how this book progresses as I work on my various projects. The other thing is I used that glazing medium, and on this side I'm going to use wax paper, so I don't think these two pages will stick much because, well, the glaze, I don't know about the glazing medium. It's a glossy glazing medium, so it may stick, but it's got wax on, going to have wax paper on the other side. And I'm going to collage this down, and I think what I'm going to use is just weld bond glue on this side. Well, here it is, the finished first 2 pages in my new scrap paint stained glass art journal. I'm really excited about doing these pages and just using scrap paint and seeing what kind of designs develop and what kind of stained windows I come up with. The book is about 500 pages thick, so I have plenty of art projects to save my scrap paint from. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next page.